Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Morning with the Wexford Stamper on my Facebook Live. So glad to have some friends watching me this morning. As you come in, make sure you comment and let me know how you're doing this morning. Running a little late today. I had some tutoring this morning that ran over, but I'm excited to show you this cute little project. Okay. If you noticed on my blog and on my Facebook page, I talked a little bit about this project, and today we're going to be making this cute little fancy fold gift card holder. Isn't that so cute? I just love this. This is one of my favorite projects I've done in a while. And I got the idea from Lisa Curcio. She is another demonstrator, and she actually used the same set, but I am actually using a different image from the pig set. Now this is the set I used. It's called This Little Piggy, and this one will be retiring. Good morning, Deb. And I see Karen and Diana. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to be using this set. This set is retiring, and I did check this morning, and it is still available because when items start retiring, they go quickly. But this has always been a favorite of mine. I love the cute little pig. I'm a big fan of Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. So anything with a pig on is going to really, really make me happy. So this is the set we're going to be using to make these gift cards today. So quick, such a great little design on these. I was just thrilled, and I just started kicking them out like nobody's business. So let me show you how easy these are to make. Now they have a lot of layers, but don't worry. All of the dimensions and all the paper and cardstock colors will be listed on my blog, and my blog is thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. All this information will be there. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the layers that you're going to need. Okay, this is going to be the base of the card, because if you see how this, it really doesn't open like a traditional card. It just has the base at the bottom. So I did the base in the early espresso. Okay, and that is at size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and then there's another piece of the early espresso that is another layer, and this is at 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, then you're going to have your designer series paper. Okay, that's going to be 2 layers of that. You're going to need this one to cover the base layer, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need one to make your pocket. Okay, and this is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'll show you the little pocket here. So you make the pocket right here on the inside of your fun fold section. Okay, so you're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White, 2 3 by 4 panels, and these are the pieces that you're going to be doing your stamping on. And then finally, you need your folded section, your fancy fold section. I did this with mint macaron, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and then it is scored at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. Don't worry, all this is on my blog. You don't have to worry about writing down these dimensions. All right, so that's all the pieces. There's lots of pieces, but it's just a lot of layering. It's a very simple card. All right, I would like to do my stamping first. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in my Memento ink, because I know I'm going to be coloring my pig with my blends. So we're going to need to use the Memento ink. Good morning, Karen. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. All right, so I'm going to bring in so many cute little pig images to choose from, but I chose the one that says This Little Piggy. Okay, they're all super cute, and in fact, Lisa, the lady I got the design from, used this one, the You Make Me Happy. But I just thought it was cute for if it's going to be a gift card for somebody to thank them for something, then it says This Little Piggy, and then you open it up and it says thanks. So I just thought that was a real cute sentiment. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to ink up my little pig. And I'm going to stamp him with Memento ink right on one of my 3x4 pieces of Whisper White. Now, is that the cutest image you've seen today? You got it. It's got to be. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and while I'm stamping, I'm just going to stamp on this panel my Says Thanks. Now I put it up toward the top because then this will give me some space to write a little message or sign it or whatever I want. But you can always pull it closer to the middle, whatever you like. So that is all the stamping, believe it or not. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my blends to do my coloring. Now let me show you what I have here. For the pig, I used my dark and light petal pink. All right. And then let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my lightest petal pink and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover the entire pig. Since I'm coloring such a large area, I'm going to go ahead and use my brush tip for this. So I'm just going over my pig. I like to do my light first and then put in my dark shadows and then come back and go over it again. So just a real quick go over with your light. Now I'm going to bring in the dark and I'm actually going to use the brush tip for this and I'm just going to go over some sections that I think are going to be a little darker on him, like right here and then maybe this side of him. Then I'm going to go under his chin. Got a triple chin there. Then I'm going to color his belly and maybe this leg a little darker. And then I'm going to go ahead and do his little tail. Okay, now I'm going to come back again with the light and blend. You want to blend it a little bit so that the shadow lines aren't so dark and it kind of blends in a little nicer manner. Okay, I think I'm going to go back with my dark and hit his nose with the dark. Okay, so let's make his nose a little darker. Okay, and then just kind of go over the whole face to get it to blend in a little bit. But so easy. The blends make it super easy to feel like you're an accomplished artist, because I am not in any way. So when you do it, you just kind of think, where would if the light was shining down on this piggy, where would the shadows be? So that's kind of how I figured that out. So there is my pig. Isn't he adorable? I love him. 7 people watching. Wow. Good morning, Jennifer. Hi, Karen. Lots of buds. So great to see you guys. All right, and I guess this is as best we can do for seeing today, huh? All right, now, oops, let's not get to the grass yet. Let's do his little hooves. And I picked the light crumb cake for his little hoofs. Just a little light brown to cover those guys right there. Okay, so there's Mr. Pig ready to go. All right, and now I'm going to come in with my light Granny Apple Green and I'm going to color in the grass underneath him. Just a little bit. I keep it thin enough so that it doesn't really get down into the sentiment, but that is the grass. And then what I do is I take the light Pool Party and I kind of put sky behind them. And let me show you how I did that here. Okay, really easy, and I think it just adds so much to the image by doing that. And what I do is I take the brush tip of my Pool Party light and I start close in to the pig and I just kind of move out away and just little brush strokes out and away from the pig. I'm not trying to make a certain shape around him or whatever. I just kind of little brush strokes starting in by the pig and moving out and around and just go all the way around. And I'll get in there between his legs. But then if you want, you can have it go back through and have it come out a little bit farther if you don't like quite how it looks. But it's, you know, just something that helps the piggy stand out a little more. And I've done this with a lot of things. I've done it with flowers, but it just adds so much to your picture if you do that. See, isn't he cute? He looks like he's right out of Charlotte's Web. I just love this piggy. All right, so that is all the coloring that I'm going to do with him. So let's go ahead and building our card. Okay, we're gonna first bring in our base. This is the largest piece of the early espresso. Okay, I'm gonna take the largest piece of the designer series, the designer series paper, and this is from the new Ornate Garden Suite. They've got gorgeous, gorgeous florals, and then on the back they have these beautiful florals with a little bit of gold foil in them. So this is beautiful paper, and I thought this would be a great choice because it's going to match the little dandelion, the little daisy that goes on top. So that's why I chose it. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get out my Tombow. You can get out whatever adhesive you prefer. I like the wet adhesives. Others like to use the snail, and both of them are just perfect because you've got to do you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this and put that piece right on top. Okay, next we're going to put a second piece of the early espresso right on top of that piece that we just put down. Okay, so we're kind of forming the little frame. We're framing the card with the beautiful designer series paper. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in our fun fold section. Remember, this is cut at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and then I scored it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it accordion style, just like that. Okay, now you want it to be so that the top section, the first layer is open on the top. So you're going to pull it out like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick down some of our images. So we're going to put our pig on the front. Now remember, you want it open on the top because you're going to pull it up like this. Okay, so this one opens on the top. You want the fold at the bottom of the first layer. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to bring in, I think I'm going to first get my bone folder and try to get control of my fun fold paper here. He's just bouncing all over. There, that's better. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some Tombow on the back of my piggy. Okay, remembering that I want to keep the fold to the bottom on the first layer. And there I go. I'm going to stick him down right there. Okay, then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open it, and this, or my sentiment, is going to go on the next panel down. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and put some Tombow on my 3 by 4 piece. It's going to go right there. Okay, now this last section here is for the pocket. See, if you pick it up, this is the pocket here. Now I made the pocket the same color as the designer series paper that's on the larger panel, but you really don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can use whatever you like. Then, before I put my panel on, I'm going to take my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out a tiny little portion of the pocket. Okay, just like I did here, just so you can kind of reach in and get your card out a little bit better. Okay, so that's not necessary, but I like to do that. It makes it look nice. Then I'm going to grab some of my tear-in tape. Oh, tear-in tape. Oh, there you are. You're hiding again. Okay, I'm going to turn my pocket over, and I'm going to take my tear and tape and make a pocket out of this strip just by putting some tear and tape along the bottom and the two sides. I would recommend using tear and tape here because if the recipient is going to be putting the card in and out of the pocket, it just holds much better than just regular snail. All right, I'm going to bring in my tool and I'm going to take off the backings on my tear and tape. There we go. But with graduation time coming up, and a gift card is always a great idea for a graduate. So this is a great design to use. All right, now I'm going to put my pocket right down flush against the bottom of this final mint macaron panel. And it should go all the way to both sides like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fold it up. I'm going to bring in my base. This is what we had worked on before. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over on the back side. And I'm going to put some glue on the back. Okay, and then you want to grab the whole thing and you want to put it down and try to center it on that smaller piece of early espresso. Okay, and now it'll just open up just like that. Isn't that so cute? I haven't been so excited about a gift card holder in a long time. I need to get out more often, I think. All right, so the last thing you're going to do is your little daisy decoration. And what I used for that is the, excuse me, I used the medium daisy punch. There's a large one and there's a medium, and I'm finding myself using the medium a lot more. So if you don't have the medium punch, that is a great investment. And then I punched out 3 of those little daisies. And this is So Saffron. It's kind of a more subtle yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder again, and I'm going to curl just gently. You don't want to pull too hard because you can yank off a couple of daisy petals, which I've done. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to curl all of your petals on your daisies just to give them a little more dimension. All right, so the first one I'm going to lay down like that and just put a little dot of glue right on there. And I'm going to take my pick tool on the putty side and I'm going to go ahead and just lay that right in between. You want to stagger your petals. And I put a third one on just to give it a little more fullness. You don't have to do that, but I really like putting a third layer on. It gives it a little more fullness on your card. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there, staggering it again. Now I'm going to take my tiny 1/4 inch circle and I'm going to cut out a center using the early espresso. And I'm going to come back with my tool one more time and finish off my daisy. Isn't that pretty? I really like how that works with the 3 instead of the 2. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a garden green. That's not garden green. What color is that? Let's see, that would be, I'm looking at my colors. I believe that is, wow, who helped me with this? What color green is that? I'm having a moment. All right, I cut it out using the leaf punch, and that's another great investment for your collection is the leaf punch. You're going to use that a lot as well. I'm going to pick up my flower and just stick it on there so I can see the little leaves sticking out at the side. All right, and last but not least, since the card is pretty thick already, I'm not going to use a dimensional to put on my flower. I'm just going to put a dot of glue on the edge here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my flower right on there. It can go off the edge of your panel, but make sure it doesn't go off the edge of your card or it will get all crunched up when you put it in the envelope. But there you go. There is the card, okay, with the piggy stamp. And then I'm going to take my gift card and I'm going to go ahead and stick it right in this pocket, and it's a nice tight fit, so that's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out when they open it. So there it is. Isn't that so cute? It's a great, oh, always artichoke. Oh, it's Mossy Meadow. Karen got it. Mossy Meadow. Thank you, girls. Oh, I'm having a moment this morning. So all the dimensions and all the details on this card will be on my blog by the end of the day, and I'd love to see any kinds of designs that you come up with. I'm going to try to come up with some for graduation. I have a gal that lives right next door to me who I had in 3rd grade, and she's graduating from college. So I want to go ahead and give her a gift card. So I might use this, and I don't know what, I'll have to show you what I come up with for a design. But please, if you come up with a design and you try these, please go ahead and post your projects on the Facebook VIP page. Love to see them. So take care, and I'll give you a little bit of a preview. We're going to be working on a Mother's Day gift on Thursday, and this is a card folio I made using the beautiful Friendship stamp set, which is another beauty that luckily is not going out of in retirement. This will still be in the new catalog that comes. But this is a folio I made, and you open on the side here, and we have sets of cards in here. And this has a gorgeous rose and a gorgeous hydrangea image in the stamp set, and then I used a little bit of the Wink of Stella on that. But I will show you on Thursday how to make this folio and the cards that go in it. I think it's a great gift choice for somebody for Mother's Day. So join me on Thursday at 10 again, and we will go ahead and make this beautiful card folio. So have a great Tuesday, and share any kind of projects you're making. I'd love to see what you're doing. Take care and have a fabulous week.